This hearing has been advertised with the listed expenditures in the paper for the previous 2 weeks. There are charts here that indicate that this is basically a whole-the-line budget. The top chart, the one that lists public safety, culture, recreation, and so forth, that is the expenditure chart, and you see that almost everything is flat from year to year. The second chart is the revenue chart, and again you will see that all income is virtually flat from year to year. The budget details have been available in the city clerk's office since the ad appeared in the paper. Has anyone come in to examine them? They have not been examined by anyone. Tonight we will only hear from the public. There will be no council action. They will hear your comments and consider them. The budget is scheduled for adoption at the November the 6th City Council meeting. With that, the public hearing on the 2013 budget for the City of Crawfordville is open. Ms. Crawford?
I'd like to take some time, if it's okay with you, and go over the reason we had to ask for the increase. Okay?
Please.
Okay, well, let me come up here so I can face everybody.
Well, but also, we can,
okay.
you will be on the
Oh, okay, great.
recording if you are closer to the table.
Okay, that's good. I'm sorry we had to ask for an increase. It's not something we wanted to do at all. But we had to put it off 3 years. Mayor Milner was at a reception at the library in 2010. It was the winter of 2010. Senator Grant was there. We had a commissioner there. We had the sheriff and a lot of people in the communities around the different counties that are a part of Bartram Trail, and Commissioner Ware. And basically what the state library director reminded us of, because we had asked for a lot of money that year, if you all remember, in 2010, our air conditioner went out. When you lose an air conditioner in a public facility, it's expensive. The state came through with some money and basically paid for it, except for a smaller amount local matched, which we were very lucky. We got that money. But the state director said that we needed to comply with the state regulation that we have to be open over 30 hours a week. And we were not. We were open 23 hours a week. Basically, the Tolliver County money, that's the county money, and the city of Crawfordville money all goes just to support the library, plus $1,900 from the Board of Education. The rest of the money, the $600 other from the Board of Education and $300 from Sharon, is all that goes to the Bartram Trail Regional Library System. That was the agreement brought together on the 17th day of May, 1967. Basically, the regional services you receive are a bookmobile, which goes around to individuals who cannot go get into the public library. And we just had to buy a new bookmobile with y'all, but there was no added expense to y'all. We had saved for that money, or the regional board had. We give you professional computer service. We come in and we provide that computer repair service. We have a person, her name is Catherine Gregory. She's an IT person. She works for the whole region. She goes in and she maintains those computers. That's an expense, believe me. We have a professional person that goes out and works with your children in the area puts on a summer reading that is a donation from everybody in the community to put that together. You have your book clubs and people that donate their money, and you have your friends that earn that money for your children in the community. But you have a professional that comes in and puts it together. And then she also, every month, goes into the Senior Citizens Center and does a craft and talks to those ladies about a book or whatever. This has been going on since I've been your director, and that's since 2006. With the added hours, the Commissioner Ware notified me that he remembered and that the commission went ahead and came up with that extra amount of money. We went ahead and opened those hours open to the public so that we complied with 2013. We have had an additional, I want to give you the statistics. Last year, in July, you had 413 people that came into the library. This year, you had 443 people. Last year, you had, in August, 324 people. This year, you have had 440. September, 300 last year, 358 this year. And you had a total of 1,037 in that quarter last year, this quarter. And this year you have 1,241 people who have gone into your public library to use it. You also get, with your public library system, you're getting e-books. So if a student needs a book, she or he can go in through their handheld device or their computer that they sometimes get on scholarship from the school, the charter school here, because there are scholarship programs. They'll get those computers, they'll come into the library and they'll download the book that they need. They can do an SAT study, ACT, whatever those studies are that they need. We provide that, and then you can get books from any library within the state of the 290 libraries. So at your beck and call, you have a library bigger than any place in the world, and that's no lie. So that is all I have to say. I am sorry to ask for an increase.
Would you tell the council what you're asking for?
I don't mind, because I'm going to also share something. As I said, to run that region, I had to ask, I've got everything all together, and okay. Toliver County commissioners, I had to ask, they paid $14,083 last year. This year they paid $16,450. They broke it down to pay that. The Board of Education, of course, is flat, $1,900. The city of Crawfordville was $65.53, and I had to ask for $9,000 this year, because that's 8 extra hours, no more money. It was a flat thing just to get those 8 hours for personnel. The most expensive thing in any business is your personnel. Workman's comp goes up, everything goes up. You can't, there's no other way. The city of Sharon, out of the goodness of their own heart, contacted me. They give $300 to the regional library system. The Board of Education gives $600, and the city of Sharon contributes to the public library here $200. So they went up from $100 since I've been their director to $500. That is a marked increase for a small community. So I want to make sure I mention the city of Sharon. Now, this is what the whole region got hit with. The state of Georgia has gone to a flat rate per person that works for that region. If you are a full-time employee, I have to give you insurance because of the new insurance regulations in this country. That being said, it's state because that is what is provided to our facility. I went from a percentage on the salary someone makes to a flat rate of $790 a month per person. That was such an exorbitant rate, you can't imagine. That doesn't include mine, Catherine's, Beth's, or Jim Veach if he was there. It doesn't include any of those, or Susan Harris, because they're state paid. But those other people within the region that does work for you within this region, that hurt them. They went from, Board of the Commissioners in Wilkes on the Bartram side went from 18,735 to 21,666. And the Wilkes, McDuffie went from 18,650 to 21,581. This is just insurance, nothing else, no raises. It was a raise, believe me, but it was insurance. And then the cities, Washington went from 19,869 to 22,800, and Thompson is going from 18,650 to 21,581. I just wanted to share this gross increase to you of that no one got a raise. No one. This is just what we have to do to comply with the federal government's insurance rules and laws. Please ask me questions, because I'm open to it.
Councilman, question.
The percentage you stated for the increase in the region is percentage of their salary that increase?
You don't increase your increase to the region at all. Yours is just for this to keep your library open those extra 8 hours.
Okay.
You don't have to. We realize Crawfordville and Tolliver, you have the least amount of population in this county, and we try to provide, to keep it flat on that side. But you still get all the services those other two counties get.
And the 9,000 is per year.
So just this year?
This year, that's it. Yes, sir. And that would be flat from here on. I can't imagine it going up next year. This is for 2013, and I think it'll be that way. That's the way it'll have to be, because I have to give those 8 hours more. And the way the state law reads, which I brought a copy. Of course, now I can't find it. Basically, you have 3 options. And you've always been a branch in the state of Georgia under the Bartram Trail Regional Library System. A branch library is open 30 or more regular scheduled hours a week. It has paid library staff with organized collections of library materials accessible through on-site catalog. A branch library is in separate quarters with defined space used solely for the purpose of library. It has to have a minimum of 1,000 square feet. A telephone must be on site, and a branch must have a separate line for computers use and computer dedication to a patron. It cannot be considered a bookmobile or service outlet, but it can have one come in, which you do have a bookmobile and a service outlet come in. It can is separate meeting and classroom buildings, which you have a meeting room, and processing center for warehousing, and you have all of that at your facility. What you could become if you go less than that, which the state said if you do that, you will lose a lot of your funding from the state. Not me, just state. A library service outlet is open fewer than 30 hours with paid library staff. It has an organized collection of library materials accessible through on-site catalog, and then the library service outlet is of separate quarters, and it goes through all of that again, but it's less than 30 hours, and you don't have to have computers. So we could take those state computers and then the wireless would leave. So that's the reason I did that. And I waited 3 years. And I'm here tonight because I wanted to explain that to you. No one got a raise. I'm not doing anything extra. I'm just giving you exactly what the state told me I have to. Okay? And I'm sorry. Because it's terrible times.
Thank you.
Okay.
Ms. Richards.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. I know y'all know that I'm Kendall Richards. I'm the chairman of the Tolliver County Library Board of Trustees. And the bottom line here is that we're asking you for more money. Nobody likes to do that. And the only reason we're doing it is because we are required to have additional hours. The good part about all that is, I think you could tell from her statistics, that we're getting more and more people coming into the library and using your services. I imagine that each one of you knows somebody that goes to that library and uses it. If you come in, and we invite you to come in sometime and just take a look at all those folks around those computers, at all those folks looking at the magazines, the tapes, the CDs, and even the books these days. With the e-books coming, that simply means that all these kids with their Kindles and their Nooks, and the older people with their Kindles and their Nooks can download books off wireless using their computer, enjoy those books, and they'll shoot right back to the library. So you see, we have, and she's already mentioned the bookmobile coming to the Senior Citizen Center. Invaluable, absolutely invaluable. So I guess the bottom line here is, yes, we are asking for more money, but I'm sure you realize, as we do, that money is an investment. It's an investment in our children in Taliaferro County, and you know, what better way to spend your money? Thanks.
Since Mr. Chapman, Miss Chapman, and I have been on the city council, our contributions have gone from down here around $3,000 to here $7,000, and we have responded every year since I've held this office by increasing the budget to cover whatever requests we have received from the library board. But there reaches a point. We have no funds to contribute except what we obtain through raising the property taxes. To raise $1,000, we're going to have to increase the millage rate by 1.4. To raise $2,000, which is what it would take to increase from the $7,000 proposed in our budget to the $9,000 that Ms. Crow has requested, would mean that we would raise the millage rate by 0.28 mills. And if the council chooses to go this way, then we've all got to be prepared to defend this to our taxpayers and convince them that it's worth paying another more than $0.25 mil to support our library system. And Ms. Crow indicated that the county raised their contribution by $2,000. Well, property taxpayers within the city of Crawfordville are contributing to that increase as well. So I'm wondering if we got that many readers in the city of Crawfordville. Continue the public hearing. Anyone else? Mr. Stewart.
Larry Stewart, 108 Monument Street. How do you do, council members, mayor, secretary? I have a question I would like to ask concerning the budget. How much is budgeted for animal control, and which department does this fall under?
Nothing is budgeted for animal control.
If that's the case, if the mayor and Ms. Young succeed in closing down the Humane Society, where are the thousands of dollars to deal with all the stray animals coming from, and why is it not budgeted? If the mayor's solution is just to round up and kill all the strays, perhaps he should refer to Georgia laws on this subject. It's very expensive to pick up a stray. First of all, you can't just pick it up and kill it. You have to hold it, in most cases, for 30 days. You have to advertise it. You have to have a licensed shelter to put it in. You have to pay veterinarian bills. You have to do everything you can to take care of that. Then only as a last resort can you kill the animal, and then you have to have a vet euthanize it. So as I said, where are the thousands of dollars coming from if the Humane Society closes? I have the laws here, and the main areas are highlighted. And I don't understand why the mayor does not have that as a budgeted item. Any comment?
It's a public hearing, we're listening.
It has also come to light that the reason this ordinance has not passed, there seems to be a conspiracy between the mayor and Cheryl Young. In fact, she says the mayor is in on it.
Mr. Stewart, I resent that. That's out of order at this meeting, and it is an absolute falsehood.
Can I read Cheryl's letter to you that she sent to the Department of Agriculture?
She can send many letters. If you would read last week's paper, you will see that that ordinance is scheduled by the City Council for a public hearing on November the 6th. And it states in the notice that it will be before the City Council at the regular meeting on November the 6th.
But on a complaint, the Department of Agriculture says they need 30 days notice to close the Humane Society down if this isn't settled. And this has been delayed to go past that. And I would like to point out one of the letters, just to let you know, our Mayor Herman Miller is informed of our conversation on Helping Hands Humane Society and is pleased to know that the State Department will be working with us on this matter. He also approved the letter that was sent to you on Wednesday. And even in this letter, she's accusing one of the Department of Agriculture agents of informing Mary when an inspection was coming so she could prepare for it. Anyway, there's a lot of documentation here. It's been sent to the city attorney. Have you been informed of that?
No.
So I asked you, if this comes about, it needs to be on the budget, because there will be a lot more discussed on this and possible litigation. And if Mr. Mayor was in touch with his city attorney, he would know what was going on. Thank you very much.
Anyone else wish to speak on the budget? This public hearing is closed. Meeting is adjourned.